Alright, Action streamers. Before you watch this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and like this. Yeah, like the video and leave a comment. And follow my TikTok, Ryan416, and my Instagram, Rhino7989. Here's the video, boys and girls. The storybook video, by the way, on Action Stream Story Time. Today's storybook is Junior Woodchucks Jamboree, an adventure in the U.S.A, a Disney book. To those of you that don't know already, I'm a fan of Disney, by the way. And here's the book now. Get the book started here. Get it to hold it. Here's the story. It was the first day of Junior Woodchuck Jamboree. Woodchucks from all over the United States were busily setting up camp just outside of Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. Uncle Donald was there as a den leader, joining his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Each Junior Woodchuck had brought something from home to share with the others. Huey, Dewey, and Louie brought a prize-winning squash from Grandma Duck's farm as part of their exhibit. Okay. See the picture? That's the picture, Action streamers. Next page, get the picture and I'll read the story. Huey, Dewey, and Louie had made lots of friends already. Raphael from New Mexico showed them crystals he had found in the caves near his home. Danny from Colorado had brought a dinosaur bone that he had dug up outside his town, and Jane from Florida was showing something knocked into her table. Action streamer, there's a picture. That's right. When was that? Asked Huey as everyone bent down to look at underneath the table. Why is a little animal, said Jane. I think he wants us to play with him. Just as Jane reached out for the little animal, he darted out from beneath the table and led his new friends on a merry chase around the camp. The picture right there. See that? The animal ran to the California exhibit where the surfboards made a perfect slide for him down. He said, slid right onto the path of some Junior Woodchucks from New York City who were riding their skateboards. That was a close one, said one of the skateboarders. Where did he come from? We don't know, said Louis, but there he goes. The picture. Now there you go. Here's another one. The picture, and here we are. The woodchuck followed the animal over to the Mississippi exhibit where a raft was being built. The playful creature quickly scampered over the raft and headed for one of the Native American exhibits where he jumped into a canoe. Now we've got him and Huey, but as Huey climbed into the canoe, the animal jumped into the river and swam across the other side. He certainly did want to play, said the Louis as they watched him disappear behind the trees. I'm afraid we've lost him now. Maybe we'll see him again, said Dewey. Let's go see the rest of the exhibit. There's your picture. So, the next morning, the junior Woodchucks began a day of sightseeing. Their first stop was the National Zoo. They saw elephants, lions, monkeys, and even pandas that had come all the way from China. They were on their way to see the tigers when Huey stopped in his tracks. Do you see that sign? He said. The others, it says that an otter has escaped from the zoo. Do you think that the animal we were playing with was an otter? It looked just like that picture, said Jane. The other woodchucks agreed. Here's the picture, and then I'll read the story. There you are. Dewey pulled out his junior woodchuck guidebook. Let's see, he said. It says here that otters are extremely playful animals who love to swim and slide on their bellies. That sounds like the animal we saw, said Danny. There's a long list of places where otters can be found in the United States. Continue it, Dewey. But Washington, D.C. isn't one of them. See that picture? Now I'm going to show the picture already. Ready? There you go. That little guy just has to be the runaway otter, said Jane. Wouldn't it be great if we could find him and bring him back to the zoo and safe and sound? Don't get your hopes up, said Donald. it's difficult to catch an otter. They're very clever, besides, you won't have any time. We have too many sights to see. Okay. The picture. The woodchuck left the zoo and continued on to the Washington moment. They rode the elevator all the way to the top of the high tower. What a view, said Raphael. You're not kidding. Agreed, Louis, handing him the binoculars. Do you see what I see? Wow, said Raphael. It's the otter. He's in the reflecting pool. The picture there. The junior woodchucks raced down to the reflecting pool. When they reached the otter, he playfully swam down to the other end of the pool and hopped out. Follow that otter, shouted Jane. Hey, wait a minute, and said Donald. Our bus is over this way. The picture here. Donald reluctantly joined the chase. The woodchucks followed the otter down the mall and right into the Smithsonian Institution, where the Museum of American History was our next scheduled stop. Anyway, said Donald, painting. We'd better split up, said Huey. This museum is very big. See that picture? Now, action and streamers, I'm going to the next page. Yeah, the next page is coming. Jane and Louie took off down a corridor, said Jane, standing in front of the First Lady's exhibit. I think that first stole a woman. Next to Jane looked at the mannequin and let out a loud scream as the guards ran over to help the woman. The otter unwrapped himself from the mannequin and scurried away. Come on, said Louis, but it was too late. The otter had disappeared again. The picture. See that? There it is. Donald finally rounded up all the woodchucks and led them back to the bus. Then They headed off to the Lincoln Memorial. Abraham Lincoln was our 16th president. Hey, I learned that in school. That's right. Huey said Donald and President Lincoln believed that everyone should be free. Does that include others? Shouted Louis, pointing at the steps. Picture. Statue of Abraham Lincoln. They all watched the other slid down the wall beside the steps leading away from the monument. They started to follow him, but Donald stopped them. "Oh no," Donald said, "we're done chasing others today. It's time to get back to the campground, and we can't leave yet," cried Huey. "We haven't caught the otter." "Someone else will have to find it," Donald replied firmly. "We've got to get going now." The Woodchucks were very quiet on the bus ride back to camp. They were thinking about the otter and all the sight they had seen. "Did you notice that everywhere we went, the otter was there too?" asked Dewey. They're on this bus here on the way back to the campground. Huey pulled out his guidebook again to see if he had missed anything. "Listen to this," he said. "It says the otter loves to play games. It is not uncommon for it to play follow the leader or hide and seek with other otters or human beings. So the whole time we thought we were chasing the otter, he may have been playing games with us," exclaimed Raphael. "He probably never find us now," said Jane sadly. Back at the campground, Donald decided to go catch some fish for dinner. The junior Woodchucks were busily preparing the campfire when suddenly they heard a loud noise. "It's coming from Uncle Donald's tent," said Louis. "What is it?" asked Danny. "Maybe it's a bear," said Jane. "Well, there's only one way to find out," said Huey bravely. He carefully pulled back the tent flaps. The story in the picture here. "It's the otter," Huey shouted. and he's gotten into everything. When the little otter saw the woodchuck, he dropped the jar he was holding and ran off into the woods. Oh, there you go. The otter, the whole picture. The picture. And that's here. The woodchucks took off after the otter. They were determined to catch him this time. The otter led them to the river bank and dived in. He splashed around for a while and then he swam away. The otter looked back toward the shore as if he hoped the woodchucks would find some way to follow him. Luckily, the rafts and canoes were still by the river. The woodchucks jumped in them and the chase was on. Here's the picture. So the woodchucks chasing the woodchuck, chasing the otter, trying to follow him. Here's the picture now. And here's the story. But the otter quickly grew tired of swimming to make the chase a little more interesting. He decided to continue this game of follow the leader in the woods. Let's try roping him, said Willie, a woodchuck from Texas. He threw the other woodchucks some ropes. Grab these. The woodchucks spun the ropes over their heads and let them fly. Chucks, said Willie, it looks like you all could use a few roping lessons. The picture there. And that's the page here. Katie, a woodchuck from Maine, had brought a fish net with her. If we surprise the otter with this net, he'll never get away, she said. We catch lots of fish like this all the time back home, but the only thing the woodchucks were able to capture in the big wide net was each other. A picture here. Was catching them in the bag. Uncle Donald was right, said Huey. That little rascal is smarter than we are. Where in the world could he be now? Over there, cried Raphael. They all started as the otter rolled playfully on the ground and then scampered away. Here we go again, said Jane as everyone took off after him. There's a picture. And now that picture, and now we read it. They discovered the otter sitting quietly next to Donald and snacking on some fish. Hey, get out of here, said Donald to the otter. Those are my fish. My fish. The guidebook says that fish is an otter's favorite food. Uncle Donald said, Huey, the otter must be hungry. Donald kindly gave the woodchuck more fish to feed to the otter. After the tired little animal was finished eating, he fell asleep in Donald's knapsack. The picture there, trying to get the fish. Find a picture and page. Now look at this. The next morning, Donald and the junior woodchucks brought the otter back to the zoo. The zookeeper was very happy to have the otter back, and the mother otter was overjoyed to see her pup again. The zookeeper invited all the woodchucks to stay and help out at feeding time. Do I get to share his dinner now? Asked Donald with a smile as he threw some fish to the otter. The picture is great. On their way back home, Donald and the woodchucks boarded the bus to head back to the campground. I'm so proud of the way you woodchucks worked together to help rescue the otter. Donald told them, and I'm happy that we all have so many new friends from all over the country, added Louie. That's what has made this adventure so special. The other woodchucks couldn't have agreed more. Well, that's the end of that, guy. Well, that's all for today, Action Eye Streamers. Hope you enjoyed that story. And I'll see you in the next one. Next video. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time, Action Eye Streamers. And bye. From Action Eye Stream Story Time.